Welcome everyone, this is Corey Babka from Mark's Group Live. Happy to be reviewing working with scoring rules in Zoho CRM today. After the video is over, feel free to email us at support@marksgrouplive.com. Any questions on this subject or anything else Zoho. Be sure to rate this class as well to help out your fellow users and help us as well to improve the video library itself. Here are some main points that we're going to be discussing today. We're going to talk about how scoring rules are used to help prioritize certain records based on certain conditions. We're going to talk about how we can use using layout rule or scoring rules to add or subtract values based on this criteria. Okay? We can also use these rankings to prioritize our leads, deals, contacts, or accounts. Okay? So we're going to go through those 3 points really quickly. Let's get to it, show how it's done. So the scoring rules themselves are actually stored in the setup, in the automation area. We've talked about this a little bit already in other videos, but we've got workflow rules and blueprint. But down here what we're going to talk about today is the scoring rules. So if I click on scoring rules, what you end up with is like a sample here. This is a lead scoring rule that we have, okay? These are actually all the different rules that we do have for leads, for instance. Now you'll notice you can do this for accounts, contacts, deals. So I can go to my deals if I want. And if the amount is over $10,000, we can add 10 points. That's fine. If I go to my contacts, we have the same thing. We can add different pieces based on email insights, survey results, contact fields, whatever those are, we can do it there. And then the accounts as well. And we can do it based on accounts. You'll notice there's a lot more interaction with the contacts, and this survey and email insights would be your integrations with Zoho campaigns or Zoho survey. Let's go back to deals and let's just kind of mess around a little bit here. So I do have an amount here that says over $10,000. That's fine, okay? But if I want to add something, I just click the add button, okay? And I would say, well, let's look at different fields that are out there. So it could be maybe the closing date is coming up soon. I could do where the deal owner, the discount, the expected revenue is over a certain percentage, right? So if let's just say we do closing date is, and I'll say is, next month, something like that, right? So if I say next month, and then we're going to add that in, we're going to add or subtract 10 points. Now the point scoring system is a big piece here because that's what we're going to end up doing, is ranking our deals based on these numbers. So I'm going to say we've got our value already. Let's cancel out this one. Let's just actually edit this one. And we're going to make this that the amount is over 10,000. We're going to add 10 points. Okay. And we're going to do another one that if the amount is greater than or equal to, we're going to say, let's just say greater than 20,000, we're going to add another 10 points. So at this point, if it was over $20,000, you notice that this is going to fire as well. So we're going to end up with 20 points, 10 points per or a point per $1,000 essentially, right? And we can do it this way. When I end up doing this on the lead side, you can notice here what I've got. This is a nice one that shows addition and subtraction. Okay, we've got some annual revenue. Annual revenue is greater than $1 million. Add another 10. Okay, if the lead status is here or here or here, add 2 points. But if the lead status is junk or not qualified, we subtract 10 points. And that kind of negates everything except for that annual revenue. So that annual revenue, even though it's a lost lead, we might still want to call them or rank them higher so we can try and get it back based on their revenue, right? We've got the refer is an empty, add 3 points. That means it's coming from someone that knows us. Number of employees is less than 10. Subtract 2 points. Why? Well, because maybe it's not a solid amount of users like in our business, okay? Again, we've also got email insights, survey, and campaigns that we can do here, right? But if I wanted to add more, I could do this, and then I would run that rule across the board. Let's go back to our deal, and we're going to do this here, and we're going to say, let's add another one and say, well, the closing date, or let's say the probability, right, is less than or equal to 10, we're going to subtract 5 points. Okay, and we're going to save that. Now I've got 3 rules. So if I wanted to do this, I could run this right here, I could run it across the whole system that we have. And this is where you kind of update your system, right? And I just say run scoring rules for all my records. And then it will say we'll do it and blah, blah, blah. Okay, the scores will be calculated for records that were created and modified in the last 6 months. Can't be undone. Do you want to continue? I say yes. Okay. Now, it's going to send me an email in maybe 15 to 20 minutes when it's done. Okay. That's what you're looking at, you're waiting for. You can see right now we've got in progress, but let's just go see what we've got already. So from our deal side, you can actually look at things. Let's close this so I get some real estate. Okay. And I have my deals here, and what I get going is you don't have the ranking in here, but I could, just by editing this and saying I want my score, right? So if I do my score here and say save, let's go and let's move a few of these out just to kind of save some space. Okay, I'm going to save this. Now you can see my score. And I can even do this and say I want to see descending and who's my highest ones. So these right here are my scores that I need to do. And the issue, or I guess the main point here, is that this is being done systematically. Okay, if I look at my scoring, which is always down here, notice these are all padlocked. Why? Because it's doing it right away. Okay, it's doing it by itself. And there's my 20, there's my positive, touch point, all these different scores, but there's my scoring right there. If I go to my leads, I have the same idea. I can go to the chop shop, I can scroll down, I can see my score is a 3, -5. Why is that? Because of all those revenue things or the number of users, etc., etc. And that's where we're getting our information from. Okay, so you've got your lead scoring is a nice one to have. It's fairly easy to run and understand. It's just a matter of getting in front of a whiteboard maybe and really kind of mapping out what's the most important pieces to your scoring is what it is, right? So let's go over these a little bit, just what we talked about today. So the main points, we're going to use scoring rules to help prioritize our records. Again, contacts, leads, accounts, deals, based on the conditions that we set. You're going to add or subtract those values based on that criteria. But more importantly, we're going to use this ranking system or these scores to actually prioritize. And you want to add those to your views so you get those things going into your visibility across the records. Okay, whether it's my leads or all leads, whatever those are. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this video. Check out the library for other videos just like this one. Any suggestions or any questions, please support@marksgrouplive.com. Thanks for watching.